Imagine the winter dawn in Salt Lake City. The streets are frozen, but the sound of weary footsteps echoes from under a bridge. A man lies on a wet cardboard, his eyes fixed on the sky. He resembles a star that no longer shines. Perhaps last night was the last time he felt alive. But believe me, he is not alone. Behind every lost face in Utah's cold, a story of struggle, defeat, hope, and despair lies dormant. This is not just a statistic. It is the silent voice of a human who once had dreams. Today we want to talk about a truth that few dare to confront. Why is it that in a state with a growing economy, the lives of some people are falling apart? Utah, a state that symbolizes peace and the American order for many. Yet, amid the shining mountains and the clean streets of its major cities, a bitter reality has grown. A silent, yet profound reality. The increase in homelessness. In Salt Lake City, the capital and heart of Utah, the homelessness rate has seen a significant rise in recent years. The brightly lit streets have now become a sanctuary for those who have nowhere to return. But the story is not just about numbers. It is about people, individuals with pasts, feelings, and hopes. Homelessness is not merely a condition, it is a gradual descent. For many, it begins with a simple event: losing a job, divorce, a sudden illness, or the death of a loved one. From that moment, everything swiftly spirals downwards. Rent increases, loans become heavier, and a significant number of families find themselves teetering on the edge between having a roof and not having one. It's true, Utah is a state with a high economic growth rate. But economic growth does not always equate to equality. Behind modern skyscrapers and clean streets live individuals who must choose, even for a single meal: eat or save for tomorrow's rent. One former construction worker in Utah says, "At first, I thought I would just endure a few tough weeks. But when the rent doubled and my job paid half, it was time for the streets." Housing is Utah's biggest crisis. Home prices have skyrocketed in recent years, while many people's wages have not kept pace. In a city like Salt Lake City, finding a home with affordable rent has become nearly impossible, leading families to turn their vehicles or tents into makeshift shelters. However, the story of homelessness does not end with financial hardship. Addiction, mental illness, and social isolation are part of the cycle that perpetuates this condition. When hope fades, alcohol or drugs sometimes become the only refuge, a refuge that is, in reality, a precipice. Charities and volunteer groups in Utah are fighting daily against this human wave. With limited budgets, they distribute food, provide shelter, and strive to restore hope to the city. However, a problem of this magnitude cannot be solved solely through charity. It requires structural change, economically, socially, and culturally. In the midst of this crisis, homeless children are the greatest silent victims. Children who must attend school in the mornings but sleep in cars or shelters at night. Their eyes are still filled with dreams of the future, yet the world that should protect them seems more defenseless than they are. Some still believe that homelessness is a result of laziness. But if we look closer, we see the story is far more complex. It is a tale of a rapidly growing society that has not managed to lift everyone along with it. A society that created prosperity for some and homelessness for others. Imagine, as you listen to this narrative, soft piano music playing in the background. The image shifts from nameless faces to the cityscape. A narrative of contrast, where wealth and poverty are just a few streets apart. But in this city and on these streets, there are also signs of hope. People holding each other's hands, volunteers distributing food, and young individuals launching fundraising projects for shelters. Utah, though wounded, still has the warmest hearts. Perhaps the most important question is, what should we do? The answer is not simple, but it begins with listening, with seeing, with not turning a blind eye. Homelessness is not just an individual problem. Social harm serves as the clearest mirror reflecting the true state of society. When a part of the community falls to the ground and we merely walk past, we are, in truth, losing a part of our own humanity. Homelessness is not just the story of lost individuals. It is our story, the story of humanity. We may not be able to change the world overnight, but we can start by listening, by understanding, and by helping. If Utah is struggling with homelessness today, tomorrow it could be our city. So if you want the voice of humanity to remain alive, share this video so that instead of indifference, we spread awareness. Because perhaps the only way to escape the cold is through a light that shines from our kindness.